Hey everybody, this is Brian with Bear Cards 34, back to show a few pickups that I got recently that I'm really excited about to add to my collection. So last week was Father's Day. It was also the week of my birthday, and I was able to pick up a few things that I'll show today. The first thing I'll mention is I purchased a box of Proline from 1991. The sole objective for me with that was to try to get an autograph. The odds are 1 in every 3 boxes, and I've actually now made this. That would have been the 5th video that I made where I've tried to get an autograph. 1 in 3 odds per one box out of 3 with an auto, and all 5 of them I got skunked, and so I've never posted any of those videos. I'm debating giving that up, but it's been a lot of fun. I'd really love to pull one. So if you ever do see a video from me with Proline portraits, that means I got an autograph in there. And you can get some good ones, including Walter Payton. So no autographs, but there are a few fun cards. They're not worth anything. The whole point is just to try to get one of the autos. But I got a few of the all-time Bears greats. Ditka, Gil Sayers, Payton. There are Bill Belichick rookie cards in there. Christian McCaffrey's dad, Ed McCaffrey rookies. And they also have player wives. So Felicia Rashad, who I remember from The Cosby Show growing up. Also in the Creed movies more recently. Alright, so on my birthday, I was able to pick up a card, and that's why we have in the background here, I've got these Merlin cards. I've been doing a player run of Merlin Olsen. He's my dad's all-time favorite player, and one of my all-time favorite players. He was before my time playing, but I remember him very well from Little House on the Prairie, watching that with my family when I was a kid. Always hearing my dad mention anytime Merlin was on, he would talk about how he went to Utah State just like my dad. That's also my alma mater. One of the all-time great NFL players, the greatest Aggie of all time from Utah State. And I'm doing a player run where I'm trying to get PSA 8s for a player run. So I can add that into the collection now. So we've got his rookie card, 64. I've also got 65, 66. I need to get the 67. That one's going to be the most costly of all the ones I need to pick up because it has the yellow borders. They did not make a Merlin Olsen card, sadly, in 1968. But then I've got the 69, the 70. I actually got a 9 from the Kellogg's because it was cheaper on eBay than the 8 was. I've got the 72, 73, and then also the 75 back here. So I'm getting ever closer and very excited about that. Now, the year this card came out, that was his 5th straight first-team All-Pro. And he also appeared on an episode of the TV show Petticoat Junction. And he played a mountaineer, and his name was Merlin. He grew up in Cache Valley, Utah, right near the mountains. And with the name Merlin, maybe not too far of a stretch for him in that role. But yeah, would go on to Little House on the Prairie and a bunch of other stuff as well. So yeah, again, I'm really happy to pick up that card. And then for Father's Day, one of my daughters got me this card right here. This is a 2023 Prism Variation Rookie Silver of Dalton Kincaid. First round pick with the Bills. He had 73 receptions last year, which broke the record for the most receptions by a Bills rookie in team history. Hoping for big things for him. Really big fan of his in his days in Utah. And then next up, I've got this 1989 Score promo of Franco Harris. John Mangini, I tagged you in the video in case you don't have this card. You might want to check this one out. It's pretty sweet. I did not know this card even existed until I watched the Sports Card Professor video where he highlighted this. And there are actually 2 variations of this card. What happened was that Score, they went to some card shows, and this was a promo card. Franco Harris was signed as a spokesman for Score, and they didn't know in the initial printing, they didn't know for sure that he would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So one variation talks about him being a sure bet Hall of Famer, but then he did get in on the first ballot, so when they made additional cards, it then featured the Hall of Famer Frank Harris. So this is the more affordable version of the card. The other one is more expensive, but they're a really cool card. I'm going to definitely put that in the binder at the end, and that'll be a nice little end for the set to be able to have that one. And Darren in the Sports Card Professor video he did also mention that people were given this promo card at the card show where Franco Harris was, and some of them had him sign that. So you can also find these autographed as well. All right, so to wrap things up, I've actually got a baseball card. This is one that I've wanted for a long time now, and it is a Bill Murray rookie card. This is his 1988 Salt Lake City Trappers owner card. And just really happy to have this. I remember as a little kid, I knew he was one of the owners of the Salt Lake Trappers. I grew up until I was 12 in Salt Lake City, and I remember going to a few games as a kid with my dad. Had some great memories of that. And Bill Murray, he was a big part of the community when he was an owner of the team there. So the Salt Lake Trappers were a single A Pioneer League team in the minors from 85 to 92. They played at Dirks Field, which is now Smith's Ballpark for the Salt Lake Bees that are the AAA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels. And in 1987, with Bill Murray as one of the team owners, the team won 29 straight games, which was a record for pro baseball. And he spent a lot of time in Salt Lake City. He would attend the games, and he would actually coach first base for some of the home games, and he would take over as an announcer. There's a little video. I'll try to include it in the link if you guys want to check it out, where he had actually attended bar in downtown Salt Lake a few times as well. So it was fun to have him in the community. And he is an Illinois native, a huge Chicago Bears fan. I remember in the 85 Chicago Bears documentary, there's even a clip of him on the sideline making comments about William Perry. Always loved that. So I'm very happy to get that card. There is another card from that set with he and his brother, Brian Doyle Murray, who's also in films like Wayne's World. And, you know, Bill Murray, I grew up with him, Saturday Night Live, Caddyshack, Groundhog's Day, Ghostbusters. I mean, you could just keep going on and on. And so I'm very happy to have this card right here. Yeah, so there's also, I believe, a 1989 card of his, so I might look into getting that one at some point as well. And I do want to wrap up, well, first of all, the big news, you know, Willie Mays passing away. I think he was 93. You know, we use the word legend a lot in sports, but really, he was an absolute legend of the game. So rest in peace to Willie Mays. And another sad one for us here in the Utah community, we lost Steve Klauke. He was the announcer for the Salt Lake Buzz. He has been announcing games there since 1997. He just retired this past offseason. And, you know, I grew up with him. He was the voice of baseball. He did a lot of work with the Utah Jazz, just an excellent announcer. He is a Chicago native and also, like Bill Murray, a huge Chicago Bears fan. He was also a big-time, diehard Chicago White Sox fan as well. And unfortunately, he passed away a little over a week ago. He was just on a walk and in a crosswalk and was hit and struck by a car. So just really, really sad. 69 years old. He was known with his home runs. He had this catchphrase of, it's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. Just a big fan of his. He called games when David Ortiz and Mike Trout were in the minors playing here in Salt Lake. And he'll be missed. He was just a great person, a great announcer as well. And that will do it for today. So yeah, just getting that Merlin Olsen is a big one for me for my collection. And I've always wanted to get, you know, the Bill Murray card is just awesome. So I'm very, very happy to add that to the collection as well. All right, that will do it for today. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, go Bears.